until you develop the ability to discern, until you develop the ability to pick out the advice that is for you and the one that is not. You're going to have this problem for a long time. Hello guys, welcome back to my page. Thank you very much for staying tuned, and for my new subscribers, thank you for joining the family. This particular topic that I want to pick out today is somehow not strange, but we don't pay enough attention to it. Okay, let's dive in. We are in an era where a lot of information are abound. We have access to information everywhere on social media, on every platform, and so we consume a lot. We have access to a lot of advice these days. We hear it from our pastor, from counselors, from influencers, different way. There are different ways where we get relationship advice from these days, for married folks, for intending couples. Having said that, what comes to my mind often is that some of this advice that we get, it doesn't work. And I often think, what is really wrong? Is it the people that give us the advice that get it wrong, or is it us? So I'm going to break it down in this video. So there are ways that you can get a very good advice from someone and it doesn't work for you. And sometimes it is not about you, it's about who is giving the advice. Sometimes if you consult people, some of these people give you advice about your marriage, about your relationship from their own personal perspective. We have a unique experience. Because I do it this way, it doesn't mean you're going to do it that way. I think we all know this to some extent, right? I would like to put these things into 5 ways why relationship advice don't work. Let's get started. My number 1 point is lack of discernment. You see, a lot of us, we have role models, we have pastors that we listen to, we have imam, we have, this set of people that advise us. There are so many relationship advice that you will hear from them that is not for you. So if you don't have the ability to discern the advice that is for you and the one that is not, you're going to have a lot of problems to deal with. In fact, there are some people that their problem is about in level 2. And when they get more involved with advices from people and all that, they get to involve many people, the problem compounds and it gets to like level 6. Until you develop the ability to discern, until you develop the ability to pick out the advice that is for you and the one that is not, you're going to have this problem for a long time. That's your favorite influencer, that's your celebrity, that's pastor, or that leader that you're looking up to. If he says some things, you must know that you don't just take everything hook, line, and sinker. You have to sieve it out. You have to know that, okay, this is for me, okay, this is not for me. This is very important. In fact, this is the basics. So if you don't learn how to discern, if you don't learn how to pick out things that is of importance to you, you are going to miss out. You're just going to start creating more problems for your partner. You're going to start creating problems for your friends, for your family, for your loved ones, just because you think that, oh, this your role model cannot be wrong. This your pastor cannot be wrong. This your leader cannot be wrong. They might say things that are right, but it's not about right or wrong. It's about what is good for you. It's about what is going to be of benefit to you. That's what I'm talking about here. I hope you get this point. I'd like to illustrate my second point in this way. Let's assume that they have a piece of land and you go ahead to build a skyscraper or 3 floors building on a particular foundation that that is just going to take a duplex or a bungalow. No matter how much you spend on building that skyscraper, no matter how much you spend on building that house, the foundation is not right for it. So it's going to collapse sooner or later. Let's bring it home. If you're with the wrong person, no matter how many relationship advice you get, it's never going to work, because first you are with the wrong person. This is for people that are looking forward to be engaged with somebody someday. It is important you get the foundation right, because any other thing that you build on it is directly tied to the foundation. This third point, I've been looking for how to break it down. It's like when you go to a pharmacist or you go to a doctor and you tell them that you have malaria or you have typhoid. They're going to ask you for the symptoms, right? They're going to ask you how you're feeling so that they can give you a proper diagnosis, right? If you don't understand how exactly you are feeling, whatever you tell them is going to be what the drugs that they're going to prescribe for you. If you hide some part of the problem and you reveal the other part of the problem, the advice you get is going to be as a result of what you tell them. So what I mean is that if some part of the problem is about you and you don't reveal it to the person that wants to advise you, the person is going to give you an advice that corroborates your points. What I mean is that an incomplete expression of your relationship problem will result in an incomplete advice. So at that stage, it's not the problem of the relationship advisor, it is you, because you are not straightforward with the person. So if you probably realize that, the advice that you are given is not working, maybe you need to take a step back and think of the explanation you gave them. Is it accurate? Is it complete? Is it straightforward? Or you eat some part of the problem from them? You don't want to get crucified because you might be part of the problem. At that time, it's not going to be their fault, because what you explain to them is what they are working on and giving you back. Another point that I have is that you externalize a lot. I'm going to explain. PD once said, if you keep externalizing things, you are never going to grow. Because one of the signs of pride is that it is never your fault. Like I said earlier, we are privy to a lot of information these days via different social media platforms. So if you listen to a particular advice or you read it on a particular platform, and the first thing that comes to your mind is the one that addresses your partner. This happens when you don't think that you are at fault for anything or you are wrong. So when you externalize things, you hear and you divert. You hear and you think that, okay, this is for your husband. Oh, this is what they are talking about. This is what he did not do the other time. Any advice or relationship tips you get from your leaders or your counselors will not work for you, because you are busy thinking that it is addressing your partner. So if you internalize more, you are going to take in such advice and allow it to work for you so that you can grow. If you keep on externalizing all the advice that you get, you're not going to grow. If you get a relationship advice and you misinterpret it, or you prioritize emotional validation over a constructive communication, then there are going to be issues. There are definitely going to be issues. We need to stop having this kind of primitive thinking that affects the relationship advice that we get, so that it won't be like the fault of the person giving you the advice. Because sometimes it is not about them, it is about you getting it wrong. All the advice that you get from people, if you allow your past hurts or fears into your relationship, it's going to affect the partner and the relationship. All the things that can be a stumbling block for any relationship advice that you get must be taken aside. Intentionally or unintentionally misinterpreting whatever you hear. Okay, they say A and you are saying B. I like white doesn't mean black is bad. We need to fix our comprehension skills so that we don't misinterpret whatever advice that we get from people and then we don't blame them. I feel these are the reasons why relationship advice don't work. But if you think that I've not added some, or you have a particular point in your mind, you can drop it in the comment section and then we can discuss about it. Thank you so much for staying tuned. Thank you for staying to the end. I'll see you around. Bye.